Sorry for the delay, everyone. My brother called, um, and my husband came down and had to have me do something. It's like everything at the same time. Welcome, everyone. Thank you for joining. Do I have my phone here? I know that there was a prayer request on the post that I did. So there was a prayer request. Oh, didn't mean that. Sorry, you probably heard an echo. Yeah, my brother called, and my mom was weighed today in the nursing home, and she's down to 100 pounds. So that's my prayer request for today. It's not looking good. It's just she's on a decline, so it's hard to see. It's the tough part of life. So I appreciate everyone here. Thank you so much. What do we have? Oh, we're getting more people. Hello, Annie. Hello, Angela, the inquisitive farm wife. I don't know if Suburban Hillbilly made it. My clock is running late. We have them set at different, like a little bit before, a little bit after the hour so that they don't all chime at the exact same time. Thank you, Robin. Welcome to the Saturday morning. I've done dishes, made breakfast, done laundry, cleaned the bathroom, and now I got a cup of coffee and I'm going to breathe and relax with my friends and share some prayer requests. And the other thing, I don't know if everyone saw it on my thumbnail. When I was in church last Sunday, we were singing. It just, you sing the worship songs and the hymns. To me, it just I don't know, just speaks to me. I can be in a bad place, and that brings me out of that bad place and fills my heart. So I thought I would like to hear what everyone's favorite hymn or praise and worship song is, because I like both. I love when we do the old hymns, and I also love the contemporary. So I have my favorites. Good morning, Michelle, Big Valley Living. I was telling everyone I was a little late getting on. My brother called, and my mom is down to 100 pounds. So we think hospice will be contacting us. So anyway, I will go first with I'll go with a hymn. My favorite hymn is In the Garden. I just love that. And I was playing it this week at work. It was a stressful day at work, and I put that on, and it was all good. I'm singing along to it. But I love that song, In the Garden, that hymn. And I was looking it up, and it's like from 1905. It's a very old song. And when I married Jim, his father was in a nursing home, but I learned that was his favorite hymn too. So at his funeral, that was played, and I just love that song. Does anyone else have a favorite hymn? The Servant Song. I don't know if I know that one or if it's just a different name, because I know some songs go by different names. Like In the Garden has another name too that people call it. But I think, we all have songs music that speaks to us and can bring us out of a bad place. Here's Michelle's Down to the River to Pray. That's a good one. I know on my community post, people were putting their favorites too. Let me go to that. Okay, there was a Mama Bee's Crochet Kitchen. She's been on here before, and I think a lot of us know her. And she can't be on today because she's helping her son to clean the house. His mother-in-law was diagnosed with inoperable cancer, and she's moving in to hospice tomorrow. So she asked for prayers for her son and family and his mother-in-law. Janelle Rhodes said her favorite song is Old Rugged Cross. That's a good one. Cindy Flinchbaugh said, How Great Thou Art. Tara Bishop was Amazing Grace. So there's so many. I shared one earlier this week with Michelle from Big Valley Living, one of my favorite contemporary ones. And it's My Lighthouse by the Wren Collective. Rick, I like Chris Tomlin a lot too. Our God. Yeah, that's a great worship song. And the one Wren Collective does, Our Lighthouse. And when we sing it in church, there's hand motions and clapping, and it just, they have a video on YouTube. It's really a good one if you ever want to go watch it. Chris Tomlin has the most amazing voice. We sing his songs a lot. And he has a great story to tell, you know. I mean, just thank you, Angela. Yeah, that would be great, Michelle, if you could put the link into Our Lighthouse. Oh, Rick, I've never been to one of his concerts. I know what song you mean, Angela. I like that one too. I like them all. But I do like when we sing that one. Good morning, Lori. We just started. I shared that my mom is down to 100 pounds. So we're waiting to see what the doctor says. And then we're also sharing our favorite worship songs, whether it's a hymn or contemporary, or for me, I gave one of each because it's hard to pick one. Lori runs the local ceramic shop, and I have shown you some of the ceramics I've done there on my Christmas tree and stuff. So it's Lori's shop, and she also does a children's, she's organized a children's art camp in our town. And there's a fundraiser tonight for that with music at my church, actually. Lisa, I understand. It is hard to pick one. And, you know, my favorites can change. I guess that's what you're going through with life, but, you know, it can change. Lori likes On Eagle's Wings. Her husband is very talented musically. He plays piano, isn't it? Or is it organ for your church? And to me, it's amazing. I'll be going through something in my life and I'll listen to a new song and it really speaks to me. But then a friend from church or something, I share it with them and it turns out it's what they needed to hear at that moment. Good morning, Janet. Homestead where you are. You've had a great collaboration this month. Oh. Lori's husband has been one of my first supporters of my channel. He has always been an encourager to me. And when I'm in the shop, he tells everyone about my channel. So it's fun to have friends like that. Yeah, I know my two videos, Janet, have done real well. The Sloppy Joes and the sweet and sour chicken. and I'm excited to open up those jars. Actually, we did open up Sloppy Joes. I needed a quick lunch last weekend, and I opened up a jar of Sloppy Joes, and we had some buns, and they're good. Any other prayer requests? Usually we have several, and I know I write them down and pray all, the next 2 weeks on them. Janet, we were sharing our favorite songs. Oh, Derek. I work with Derek. He helps me immensely. I didn't know you went by that name on here. Thank you very much, Derek. And he's a musician. He's amazingly talented. I can play basic, really basic. I just enjoy music, though. Here is Kevin, Lori's husband. You're welcome, Kevin. And Nana's Kitchen has joined us. Thank you very much. And Susan Ty has joined us. Susan, it is rainy and dreary here. It looks like there's fog, and it's like that misty, yucky rain. So thank you, everyone, for joining. So any other songs to share? Kevin, what is your favorite hymn or worship song? Or give us two. Give us one of each. Doesn't have to be just a hymn or just a worship and praise song. I know that you have some. I'd like continued prayers for Michelle from Big Valley Living. She's still on her treatment and all is going well. And I sure would like everyone to pray that that continues for her. Here's Kevin's. Him is surely the presence of the Lord is in this place. Oh, that's a good one. That is a good one. So what are everyone's plans for this weekend? Anything special? I would like to get out and work, but we can't. It's not the right weather. And here's Kevin's contemporary song, Jesus Take the Wheel. That's a great song that became a contemporary hit. It was mainstream. Oh, here's another vote for It Is Well With My Soul. Good Times Homestead with Jen and Steve has joined. Good morning. Thank you for joining us. We're just sharing prayer requests and also your favorite hymn or contemporary song or both. And I just ask what everyone's doing this weekend. Any special fun plans? I'm like cleaning house and nothing too exciting. Going to church tomorrow. Thank you, Angela. Push the thumbs up. She asked everyone. I appreciate that. Oh, and here is the song that I shared with Michelle that I just love, My Lighthouse by Run Collective. And my daughter is actually who let me know about them. And then we started playing it in church too. The worship team did. But it just makes you tap your foot and smile, and it puts me in a good mood. Well, that sounds like a good project and a big project. Someone else that likes Run Collective. Are they from Ireland? They're in that area there, and I just love the tone of their voice. And Susie Byler has joined us. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. It's so you can't really see too much out my window because of the glare, but it is just gray, no blue sky. One of these Saturdays when I do a live and it's nice out, I'm going to be out on the deck and you can hear the birds and see the trees. And it is hard, isn't it, to think of one? But like I said earlier, my favorite can change. But so Good Times Homestead, are you building a gate to keep like deer out? Is that what your gate's for in your garden? Well, that sounds like a big job, Angela, but it's not beautiful here, unfortunately. It's not horrible. It's not like a downpour. So, I mean, I can get out and do some things. I want to go check my rhubarb plants. Oh, and thank you, Michelle. I appreciate this. My daughter, Natasha, has scans coming up for her cancer. And we just pray that everything is stable and nothing has changed. She's on like a maintenance treatment once a month. There's like one spot that has not changed in 3 years. So we just pray that it hasn't changed because right now she's living life and it's not hindering her at all. So thank you. I really appreciate that, Michelle. It's a fence for the deer, but also the chickens. We're going to have that issue. Jim has to make our garden safe from the chickens because it's the first place they run at night is the garden, and there's nothing even in it yet. Good morning, Robin. That's okay. Never late. Doesn't matter what time you join. We're just happy to have everyone here. Thank you for the prayers. I appreciate it. If anyone else has any prayer requests they want to share or praise, it doesn't have to be just prayer, it can be praise. Hi, Suburban Hillbilly. Welcome to Saturday morning coffee and tea. Does everyone have something that they're drinking? Coffee or tea or iced tea or my one coworker, the only thing she would drink in the morning was Pepsi or Coke, pop, she would have that every morning. It's like, oh, I couldn't do that in the morning. But that's what her morning pick me up was. So, and Lisa and everyone, Robin, we're sharing our favorite worship songs and hymns or whatever song you like to listen to that speaks to your heart. And Natasha, when she was in high school, she was part of our Youth for Christ had a singing group that would go around, and there was like 90 kids in this group, and they had their own band, and they would put on little skits, and it would go to all the area churches and perform on Sunday evenings. And it was from like 10 area schools these kids came from. So she did that all 4 years, and she was part of the drama group, and she just really enjoyed it and singing. So often our worship songs in church are songs that she sang, and it just always makes me think of those times too. Here's a praise for a situation that's been resolved in the neighborhood. That is wonderful because, man, if there's an uncomfortable situation in your neighborhood, that just, we've had that before, and we haven't had it since we moved, thankfully. And Robin is asking for prayer for May 19th for her surgery. So we will definitely be praying for you, Robin, and for quick recovery and uneventful recovery. And Michelle grabbed a nice cup of coffee. It's going to be in the 90s. She's in California. It's not going to be the 90s here. We're about, I think we're going to get up in the 50s, which is pretty good for us. Hey, 2 doctors joined us. Welcome. I'm so glad you're here. We are sharing any prayer request or praise, and then also what your favorite hymn or worship song is. Huh. The New America Singers. I think weren't they on TV? Wasn't one of the churches that's on TV and they did that? Because it sounds familiar to me. With the good vanilla, with the sticker on the bottle. That is the good vanilla. Lori, okay, Lori is where I'm from. And yep, it's bathing suit weather in Michigan. You're braver than me, Lori. I'm not putting a swimsuit on and going out today. Robin has sweet tea. Are you down south, Robin? And Michelle actually went swimming in her pool last night. Yeah, there's no swimming here unless it's an indoor pool. Suburban Hillbillies' favorite song, On Heaven's Bright Shore. I don't know if I know that one. I'm going to have to play that one. Look for it after the live, because that sounds really good. Michelle's asking about Janet from Two Doctors Homestead, and I was wondering about her health too, and if it was okay to add her to the prayer list. And Robin is in North Carolina. Yeah, you're like in that really nice weather right now. How warm is it going to be there today, Robin? Here's a prayer request. Prayers for her side of the family as they care for my grandmother with Parkinson's after my grandfather passed away last November. Oh, that's a lot. And it can cause stress for a family, and I'll be praying for you and your family and hoping everything, goes smoothly and everyone works together and with love. Oh, here. Lori's going to look for On Heaven's Bright Shore. It looks really good. Thank you, Lori. It is Southern Bluegrass Gospel. Ooh, I like that. That just makes your toe tap, and it's fun. And Two Doctors, she is picking up her pigs today, and she's full of happiness. And she did say that we could add her to the prayer list. She's had one or two heart attacks and has some heart damage and has ongoing health issues from it. She actually has a very, very good video on their channel about her experience having a heart attack, what it felt like, what her signs were, and everything. And I think as for a woman, it's really important to watch that, because it's not what you expect. And to share that knowledge and experience, I think, is really, really important. And I thank you so much. And definitely, I'm always praying for you. Yeah, see, Robin in North Carolina is going to be in the 70s. That's perfect. I love the 70s. I don't like like from mid 80s up. I don't like. The New America Singers from 2016. So there was videos for them. So Michelle put a video from them. So if you want to check out what the New America Singers were like in 2016. Thank you, Michelle. Yeah. Yeah, it's too cold here to swim too. Just way too cold. And Suburban Hillbilly recommends looking for Angie Sutherland singing the song. You're welcome, Janet. Anytime. But I watched your whole video and I don't want to say I enjoyed it, but I learned a lot from it. And it was very emotional and very brave of you to share it. Oh, here's another prayer request. Son-in-law and daughter-in-law to the prayer list. So, Radine, we will definitely do that. Thank you very much for joining. And hopefully, we get quite a few people that watch afterwards. So that's why I share the request and the songs on, so it's easier for them to see what the prayer requests are and everything. Michelle, is that Janet's video? Because it definitely is worth watching. I'm assuming that's what it is. I wish I could play some of the songs here, but I think there's like YouTube rules against that. So it would be fun to play them. I don't want to get in YouTube trouble. Any other songs? Because I'll have a whole list now I can listen to this afternoon while I'm doing chores. Oh, Robin had a heart attack too. Wow. Wow. I mean, you think of what we've always heard, the pain down your arm and all that, and that's not what a heart attack always is. Radine, you're doing fine. Thank you very much. You're doing great. This is new for many of us. And that link was Janet's video about her heart attack that Michelle shared. And Michelle said she's happy to find the songs and share the links so everyone can find them later on easily. So throw out your songs. We're not limited to one. I like the old we have in our worship team, we have someone who plays the bass, the big kind of bass, like whatever you call it. And some of the songs with that are just so great. They make you just tap your toe. But then like before we go into prayer, they bring it down to the song that just, speaks to your heart before prayer so much. Here's another prayer request. Oh no, it's about how her heart attack was. Said her arm hurt and she was going to have a heart attack. With a couple hours, Dad had her in the emergency room. Wow. And a day and a half later, she had her second surgery. So she did have the pain on the arm. Radine, we will be praying for John. Thank you for sharing that. And you can share whatever's on your heart because we all are going, we all go through pretty intense things in our life and we need each other to get through those times. So we will be praying for John. Table of Three has joined us. Thank you so much. K-Love. Yeah, I listen to Christian music a lot too. We have a local station. It's like Michigan. I listen to K-Love sometimes too, but I forget what the one here is called. I know what number it is on my car. Oh, and she passed. I'm sorry to hear that. See, and Michelle, who's going through the treatment right now, she understands Radine because she's dealing with colorectal cancer too. So, Robin, thank you for joining. And she has a prayer request for her husband, Tony, traumatic brain injuries, and he is 3.5 years out. And prayers for you too, because being a caregiver and helping someone, even 3.5 years out, is still a lot emotionally. Thank you, everyone, for sharing. I really appreciate it. I know I said I started this on last month because I was in church and it came on me that I needed to do this. So, there's power in prayer and power in a group. It's how I feel. So, May is just around the corner. Oh, here's that was from Michelle. But then here, Janet shared this selflessness. I can understand that. We're in challenging times, how everyone reacts to everything. To pray for selflessness. That's really a good prayer. Yeah, Michelle, Big Valley Living. Amen. That's a big prayer, for everyone, the big picture. Thank you, everyone. How many? We have like 20 people on here. So if anyone else wants to share songs or prayer request or what your plans are for this weekend, Mother's Day is around the corner, not too far away. At work, I have been busy doing graduation stuff and tourism stuff. Where we live, come Memorial Day, everything gets crazy. All the towns have festivals and the beaches open, and summer is short and crazy in Michigan. And so I've been doing I work for the newspaper and doing all our products and print products and digital products to get ready for the season. And my head is spinning. So this is always a rough month for me. And sometimes I have health issues during it. So if you could pray for me for that. This past couple of weeks, I've had like 3 migraines and I haven't had them for quite a while. And migraines stink. So I would appreciate prayer for no more migraines. So anything else? I don't want to do all the talking. I know. Here's Suburban Hillbilly. Oh, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. That's tough. that first Mother's Day to not be able to buy. All those first are tough. So Janet, where did you go in Michigan? Did you go up to the UP or just like up towards Traverse City, or did you stay down in like southwestern Saugatuck and Muskegon, that area? I'm on the other side in the thumb, but my husband used to live at Muskegon. That's where he came from. Thank you, everyone, for your prayers. So Angela, the other day she was able to grab her buddy Luke for a few hours and experience some farming. And he asked me a question. It was if I had 1 hour to spend as much money as I wanted, what would it be on, or what would you be doing? So there was no restrictions. And I was thinking of expanding my farm, making repairs. And one of the first things he would do is get America out of debt and put money in savings. Oh, what a sweet boy. How old is Luke? Janet went to Irons. Oh, also family in the UP. I love Traverse City too. My first 2 years of college were in Traverse City at Northwestern Michigan. It's a beautiful area. Yeah, we live in a very beautiful state. I think I'm a little biased, but I think it's beautiful. And I really hadn't gone to the UP much. I had just gone like Mackinac Island up to Sault Ste. Marie, just that straight shot up into Canada. But then when I married Jim, he loves the UP, and he took me and showed me so many places. And there's a lot more to see, but it's beautiful. Yeah, Luke is a very special little boy, young boy. I shouldn't say little because he's not real little. That is definitely a blessing. Gives you a different perspective. He's 13. You're welcome, Radine. Suburban Hillbilly still. Yeah, she was asking if there was a group or singer for that song to share. Angie Sutherland. Here it is, Michelle. I don't know if Kevin is still on, but I was wondering if what his like most requested song went, for Sunday at his church, what people like to hear there. If there's one that his congregation always says they would like him to do. I've never heard of Angie Sutherland, so I'm looking forward to hearing her. Oh, really? Does she have her own channel? So she's not anyone that you hear on the radio or anything like that with Christian music radio or anything. That's very cool. So those of you that have channels, do you have any videos that you want to say you have coming up this week? Anything special? I will have a salad video on Thursday. It's part of a salad collaboration. And I am using one of my Grandma Rich's recipes. Here it is. And Michelle says she has goosebumps, so I definitely got to listen to it when I'm done here.
I just blew a disc out. Oh, stand at the sink.
Um,
I'm crippled.
I'm going to probably have to end this early. My husband just hurt his back, so I'm so sorry. Thank you, everyone, for joining. So I'm going to have to end this like 15 minutes early.
You're all right, huh? There's nothing you can do for me.
Oh, he says I'm okay. He says there's nothing that he can do. I just... Oh, table of 3. Carrie has a salad recipe coming out May 3rd. Mine's... I got to look at the calendar. Mine's May 4th. So you're the day before me. Yes, Lori, I think you're right. Thank you, everyone. So we have a wood stove, and this time of year is the challenging year. Time of year, you need it, but then it gets too warm. So we have this thing where we open up windows. It feels really good, actually. I am excited too.
I'm stuck here.
Okay. Okay. Maybe I do have to go. Thank you, everyone. I'm going to end it. I'm sorry for the abrupt ending, but thank you, everyone, for all the prayer requests and praise and all this sharing all the songs. I can't wait to go listen to them all. And pay attention to all the salads coming up this week. There's going to be a lot starting with Monday. See you all in 2 weeks.